There's a point in retirement planning where the numbers stop feeling abstract and start to feel real. You've spent decades saving, investing, and doing what you were supposed to do. You've watched your portfolio rise and fall, survived market cycles, and built what most would call enough. And then suddenly, you're there. No more paychecks, no more automatic deposits, just your savings sitting in front of you. For the first time, the question changes from, how do I grow this, to, how do I use it without running out? And that's where most people freeze. Because the truth is, building wealth and living from it are two very different skills. I've seen retirees with millions still lose sleep because they don't know which account to draw from first, or how to avoid paying more tax than they need to. After helping more than 680 retirees make that transition, I can tell you this is where the real planning begins. The investment matters. The returns matter. But what really determines your peace of mind is how you take money out. Hi, I'm Tom Porteous, Senior Wealth Advisor at CG Wealth Management. If you're approaching retirement or are already living it, and you're wondering how to turn your savings into predictable, tax-efficient income that lasts as long as you do, feel free to book a quick call using the link in the description below. Now let's talk about the best withdrawal strategy I've seen work time and time again, and how it helps retirees finally stop their worrying about their money and start enjoying it. Number one, the first mistake, treating every dollar the same. Here's the most common misperception I see. People assume that all of their savings are equal, as if a dollar from an RSP, a TFSA, or a non-registered account are all spending the same. They don't. Every account you own lives in a different tax world. RSP withdrawals are fully taxable as income. TFSA withdrawals are completely tax-free. Non-registered investments are taxed more favorably, often only on the gains or dividends. So even if your portfolio adds up to 1.5 million, that number doesn't tell the real story. Because the after-tax value, what you can actually spend, might be closer to 1.1 million, depending on how and when you take it out. That's why the best withdrawal strategy isn't just about your investment. It's about coordinating the order, the timing, and the source of every dollar you draw. Number two, the problem with one account at a time thinking. When most people retire, they start with one account and leave the others untouched. It feels clean, simple. But here's what actually happens. If you pull from your RRSP first, you'll trigger too much taxable income early. If you pull from your TFSA first, you'll avoid tax now, but face massive RRIF withdrawals later when you turn 71. If you pull them from your non-registered account first, you might lose the compounding benefit of your most tax-efficient assets. In every case, you're fixing a short-term problem and creating a longer-term one. That's why the best withdrawal strategy doesn't empty one bucket at a time. It blends them. Number three, the blended withdrawal strategy. After getting hundreds of clients through this, I found that the most effective approach is what I call a blended withdrawal strategy. Here's how it works. Instead of taking all your income from one source, you draw a balanced amount from each type of account, RSPs, TFSAs, and non-registered, to create a steady, tax-free, efficient stream of income. Think of it like 3 taps feeding one pipeline. You control the flow from each tap to keep the total income level and your taxes predictable. This means you draw just enough from your RSP or RIF to stay in a moderate tax bracket. You supplement with TFSA income, which adds cash flow without adding tax. You use non-registered accounts strategically so capital gains and dividends work in your favor. The result is a smoother income, lower taxes, and less risk of government clawbacks later. Let's look at how this works in real numbers. A couple retires with $2 million saved, half in RSPs, a quarter in TFSAs, and a quarter in non-registered investments. They need about $110,000 per year to live comfortably. We designed their income like this: $50,000 from RSP withdrawals, $25,000 from non-registered dividends and gains, $35,000 from TFSA withdrawals, That gives them $110,000 total, but only $75K of it is taxable. They stay in a lower tax bracket. Their OAS remains untouched. Their TFSAs keep growing in the background. Same income, far less tax. That's what blending does. Number 4, why this works. The sequence of income principle. The heart of this strategy comes down to something called sequence risk, the order in which you earn and withdraw money. If you retire during a market meltdown, pulling income directly from investments can lock in your losses and shrink your portfolio faster. That's why your withdrawals need structure, not reaction. I use what I call the 3-lane framework to help clients avoid this. Lane 1, short-term income, years 1 to 3. This is your sleep good money. Safe, liquid, stable. It covers your day-to-day expenses regardless of market conditions. Lane 2, medium-term growth, years 4 to 10. This lane replenishes your short-term income gradually, balancing growth and stability. Lane 3, long-term growth, which is 10 plus years. This lane stays invested for the future. It's your inflation-protected and legacy capital. By organizing income in this manner, you've never forced to sell the wrong time, and your withdrawals remain consistent no matter what happens in the markets. Number 5, the hidden tax window most people miss. Between age 60 and 71, there's a critical window that most retirees overlook. During those years, you have complete control over how much income you draw and from where. Once your RSP becomes a RIF at 71, the withdrawals become mandatory, and that flexibility disappears. If you wait too long to take income, those forced withdrawals can push you into a higher tax bracket and reduce your OAS benefits. So one of the most effective strategies is to start modest RSP withdrawals in your 60s before CPP and OAS fully kick in. You pay a small amount of that tax now to avoid paying a lot later. That one adjustment alone can save you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Number 6, coordinating with CPP and OAS. This is where true optimization happens. CPP and OAS aren't just income sources, they're tax levers. If you delay them until age 70, both benefits increase by roughly 40%. That means you can draw more of your investments in your 60s at a lower tax rate and then enjoy higher guaranteed income later in life when health and longevity become bigger factors. It's not just about maximizing returns. It's about stabilizing your income curve. When structured properly, your early withdrawals fill the gap until those higher benefits arrive, and your portfolio can slow down in its later years. That's how you make retirement predictable and sustainable. Number 7, a real client story. One of my clients, let's call her Marie, retired with about $1.9 million saved at age 61. Her goal was simple. She wanted to generate $8,000 a month after tax to live comfortably and travel often. Her original plan was to take CPP and OAS at 65 and leave her RSP untouched until 71. But that plan would create huge taxable income later in life and triggered OAS clawbacks. We restructured it using the blended approach. She began modest RSP withdrawals at 62, delaying CPP and OAS until 68, and supplemental income from her TFSA and dividends. The result? She'll pay roughly $300,000 less in lifetime taxes, and her income will stay level for the next 30 years, no matter how markets move. That's the power of structure. Number 8, why the right withdrawal strategy changes everything. Once retirees see how this works, the conversation changes. It's no longer about, how much can I take? It becomes, how can I keep this going and enjoy it? Because when your plan is coordinated, the uncertainty fades. You stop worrying about market swings. You stop second-guessing your spending. You stop treating retirement like a math problem and start living it. I've seen it again and again. The calm that comes from clarity. When you know your income is structured, your taxes are managed, and your plan is built to last, every decision feels lighter. That's what the best withdrawal strategy gives you. Not just income, but confidence. After helping more than 680 retirees, I can tell you this. The most successful retirees don't chase returns. They chase consistency. The happiest retirees aren't focused on growth, they're focused on control. And the most peaceful retirees don't try to time the market. They trust their structure. That's the difference a proper withdrawal plan makes. It's not about being perfect, it's about being prepared. If you'd like to build or review your own withdrawal strategy to know exactly how to draw income without guesswork, feel free to book a quick call using the link below. We'll walk through your portfolio, your tax structure, and your goals, and I'll show you how to make your plan as efficient and as calm as possible. Because at some point, retirement stops being about growing your wealth and starts being about protecting it, enjoying it, and knowing it will last. And when you reach that point, the best strategy isn't just financial, it's emotional, it's clarity. If you want a second opinion on your plan, book a time with me using the link in the description below.